Okay, so I'm back here in Pokemon Pearl to do one of the hardest things I reckon is in the game. It's not completing the Pokedex because, or the National Dex because that's way too much effort. And I reckon you need to buy at least one or two other games to complete it. Yeah, but anyway, what I'm actually going to do is find a King's Rock. Alright, so as you can see right here, I have Slowpoke. I called it Queen because that's normally what I call like my Slow Kings. Actually, I call them Slow Queens, but oh well. So anyway, the way to evolve your Slowpoke into a Slow King, you need a King's Rock to do that, plus Trade Evolution, and it just so happens, at least the way that I know of it, you can only get a King's Rock one way. That is, there's a 5% chance that a Poliwhirl will be holding a King's Rock. Also, there's a 5% chance that the Poliwhirl will actually spawn, so basically a 1 in 100 chance? It could be higher, but oh well. So anyway, because you don't exactly know if it's got the rock or not, I got a few people for that. Alright, so first of all I've got my bayonet that I called Zipper. If you don't know why, I don't know really. Alright, so I got Zipper because of his ability. The ability Frisk, when it enters a battle it can check an opponent is holding a held item. This isn't a common ability, it's like the second one, it's not the hidden one, but yeah, it's the less common one. You can also get it on like Stanley as well. But anyway, the easy way to find it is just to have a Pokemon holding an item. This one had a bulk berry, so I can actually do that pretty easily. We'll show you how to get it. So basically what you need to do is find where Bayonet spawns. I know it spawns in this place, so yeah. Next you have to do run around or something like that until you find one, which could take some time. Okay, after 20 minutes I've finally found one. Probably not worth it, but oh well. Okay, it works. So this is how you know, like it's got it. If it doesn't come up with the Frisk thing, it doesn't have the ability. And this is all a waste of time because I'm not even going to catch it. I've already got one, but you know what, sure. It seems it was a double rare one. It also had a held item, while also having Frisk. Alright, so now that you can tell if the Pokemon has an item, how do you get that item? Well, there's a few ways, few moves. First one, probably the most common, theft, or something like that. So, theft can steal or something like that, but you have to attack it with it. Can't hold if it's already holding an item, or something like that. Alright, so I decided to put it on my Shed Ninja, which I should probably change its name because that was the ninja's thing, but oh well. Anyway, the reason I put it on Shed Ninja is because Wonder Guard or something like that, it can't be hurt by like 12 of the Pokemon moves or something like that. Pokemon type moves, I don't know. The only problem is it dies to rough skin and a few other things. Alright, so next we've got Bailey. This is actually the Teddiursa that I caught or something like that. Turns out it knows the move Covert or something like that. So basically this is a better version of Theft because it can steal like trainers or something like that, so that's cool. It's a normal type move, so any ghosts or anything like that you can't really steal from. And also with Theft there is a few Pokemon that can learn it naturally, so you don't have to use the TM thing. And also somewhere in the underground you can probably find like a person selling the Theft TM thing. I don't know really. Yeah, that doesn't really matter though, because it turns out that Bayonet actually has a move, and considering it knows Frisk, it could actually be the best Pokemon for this. So it knows Trick. So basically it switches its held item with the opponent's held item. Oh yeah, the cool thing about it, you don't have to have your own held item to do this thing. You can still get the opponent's held item. Okay, so Magnemite is pretty common for having a metal coat or something like that, so yeah. Turns out not this one though. Ah well, this works. So I was thinking about going for a Magnemite to get a metal coat, but apparently this dojo already has like a sharp beak, so... As you can see, I've now got the sharp beak, and as the held item, yeah, I'm going to put it in my bag, because if I use Trick again, I'll give the held item to someone else, so yeah. Alright, so I can't really say anything, but Poliwhirl is a pain to find. It's in like these water areas and also like the grass areas. I don't know, but it's a really low chance of it being in here, so yeah. Alright, so the thing is, Poliwag can't have the Kingstone, it's only Poliwhirl, and for some reason Poliwrath, but I don't reckon there's any way you can catch a Poliwrath, but oh well. And also Politoed, which means it had 2 Kingstones. Oh well. Okay, my first Poliwhirl. Great. I doubt it's got the Kingstone though. Yep, it doesn't have a Kingstone. So considering I'm probably going to be here for a few hours, yeah, I'm going to mute up my mic, because this is going to take a while. Hopefully I haven't meant to unmute it. This happened way faster than I thought it was going to, considering it's only been 20 minutes since the last one, and this is like the second Poliwhirl or something like that. I mean, I am like an hour 20 in, but I reckon the other day I did this for 4 hours and couldn't find one, so nice. Trick room. Cool trick. Oh, and also now, no mercy. Ooh, that's gonna make it easier. And for safekeeping, gonna put it in the bag. Alright, so what I'm gonna do now, go into a Pokemon subreddit or something like that and ask someone if I can do some trades to get the SlowQueen. Considering there's been a few times where I've named my Cypher foil, went to trade it with someone because I did this thing to get a few metal coats, and I never got my scissor back, so yeah. Alright, so I found a person that wants to trade, that's cool, and I got everything ready. So, global room, and pick a code for it. Can't show you the code, but I probably could, considering it's going to be like that long after, but oh well. Yeah, this was the person. I'm hoping I don't get scammed. I've also got a cipher with a metal code that I will do later, but Queen first. I guess it's nice that I got a Dusknoir considering I haven't got one yet, but oh well. I want my Queen back though. Alright, so that went pretty well. 2 trades that I didn't have before, but now I do. Alright, so originally I got the Scizor Dex entry when I reckon I traded Roxy for a person's Scizor, turned out to be shiny or something like that. But the good thing is, considering like my Scizor, it only had like 3 moves or something like that, it could easily get Bullet Punch. I don't know, really. Should probably find the name, rename it or something like that. But anyway, if your Cypher has 4 moves, when you trade it, it gets another move called Bullet Punch, But considering my Cypher at level 1 only had 3 moves, that was pretty good. So yeah, this is channel 450, my name's 8, that's what we're getting, signing out. I mean, like, really, the Pokemon trading subreddits are pretty good, because as you see there, trustworthy people, I guess. Yeah, well.